Joining us on the broadcast, we have Vikas Singh. He has served as the Additional Solicitor General of India and the President of the Supreme Court Bar Association and Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Vikas Singh, how do you view this landmark verdict by the Supreme Court and what impact will it have on the upcoming elections in India?
Well, according to me, it will not have any impact on the upcoming elections because the bond scheme has been set aside, and rightly so, because there was no justification to not have transparency in the people depositing the money. So whoever was paying to a political party, his name had to be disclosed if the whole purpose was to bring in, fairness in the electoral process. But I have one problem with the judgment. In the judgment, if you have quashed the scheme and said that it is unconstitutional, there is no way that you could have allowed the political parties to retain the money. And there are more than one problems on that. So a company or whoever paid to a political party under the assurance of anonymity. Now, if he had known that this anonymity will go away, he may not have paid at all. Even otherwise, where a scheme is found to be constitutionally not, valid or constitutionally invalid, then there is no question of permitting the political parties to gain advantage out of the money that has been collected by them, because it has been actually a completely illegal collection if the whole scheme itself is bad. According to me, the direction should have been, and that's the only problem which I have with the judgment, that money should be refunded by maintaining the anonymity. If they still want to pay to a political party with disclosure that they are paying to a political party, they should be permitted to do so. But this allowing the political parties to retain the money and making the names public, I think is not correct. It's not fair to the people who deposited the money under a particular scheme where this secrecy was to be maintained.
Right, as you rightly pointed out about the contentions of this verdict, but I also like to ask you about the allegations leveled by the opposition as well as the petitioners on the point of corruption.
Well, corruption is really speaking not an issue in a direct sense to be decided in this matter, because this was a case where people were paying by a bank deposit. So there is no question of corruption, whether it is disclosed or not disclosed, but they were paying their white money into the system or to the political party. So there is no question of any corruption in that sense. Corruption can be always in a different sense of, people being coerced to pay money. And that will always happen whenever there is a donation to a political party. So really speaking, that was neither here nor there. Either you make it public or don't make it public. But whoever will pay invariably will pay only to oblige a political party, because I don't see any way by which a person may be interested in funding a political party unless your company itself feels that the objectives of this particular political party is in national interest, and that is why I'm funding. So if that be the position, that you're funding because you feel that the particular political party should be get elected in national interest, then there is no reason why it should be kept anonymous. So the whole scheme was, according to me, as framed, did not make sense. If you wanted people to play to a political party because you feel that this political party should be in power for whatever good reason, then your name should have been disclosed from the beginning. But I doubt if most of the people who have paid to these political parties would have done so if they had been told from the beginning that their names will be disclosed. So this creates a real problem, according to me, in this judgment, that people who have paid on the assurance of secrecy, suddenly they will get exposed. And exposure will mean a lot of things, So for instance, if somebody has paid to Congress party, somebody from the BJP will say that you did not pay to me. Vice versa, if somebody is paid to the BJP, Congress party will say you were not paid to me. And most of these businesses are pan-India. And there are some states are ruled by BJP, some by opposition parties, some by Congress. some by smaller parties. So just imagine the kind of problem that these people who have donated will face by this disclosure now, which is happening pursuant to this judgment, because this disclosure should not have happened at all. The only choice that should have been given to the political parties was that you take back the money. If you want to pay it again, or if you want to disclose and pay, then you could have been given this option. But straight away, disclosing them, according to me, is not correct.
The disclosure of these names, Mr. Vikas Singh, do you think that it will impact the election campaigning of the political parties in the run-up to the elections?
It will not campaign the run-up to the elections, but definitely it will impact these people who have paid money. They will, face a lot of embarrassment by the other political parties whom they have not paid up so far. And this embarrassment definitely they don't deserve, because they had paid up with the assurance of secrecy, and now suddenly being exposed like this, they will face this problem in states where they are doing business, where the or of political parties whom they have not paid up to. And this will create complication for them, which is not advisable, which is not correct, which is not justified. And this judgment otherwise is very good. It's a good judgment. It's a landmark judgment. It talks of transparency. It talks of fundamental right,
Yes.
of the right to know, but at the same time, right to know of somebody who didn't want his name to be known is a problem.
Mr. Vikas Singh, thank you for joining us on the program. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.